Hey, Brit.
Oh, hey, did we start?
Yeah, we're ready.
We're ready.
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
This week, we're coming to
Coming
you
to you
guys live.
From St. Simons, Georgia.
We're on a business trip.
Business trip.
That's what we've been calling it.
Which just means that we took our kids to the beach and we're also recording while they're asleep.
So therefore, we're doing business.
Trip.
We're doing business.
And we did want to emphasize the fact that if we had jobs, we wouldn't be able to just go to the beach. I think Sydney asked me to come with her to the beach
ago.
2 days before we actually came. And I said, okay, what do I have to do?
Yeah. It's very nice to have somebody, obviously, who's in the same walk of life in many ways, but especially to have an unemployed at the same time friend, because you can hang out whenever you want.
Hang out whenever.
I had another friend who was unemployed for a while when she first moved back, and I was hoping she'd be unemployed for longer because
but that
now we
snatched a job.
Now we never hang out because she's always working. So you know what's bad for your friendships is having a job.
I'm still going to hang out with you if I ever get a job. Don't worry.
All right, let's do the intro.
Go. Welcome to Linked Out. Welcome to Linked Out, the podcast that won't help you get a job, but will make you feel better about not having one. We're back.
This is the last day of the year, and I feel it in my bones. If I'm being honest, I really feel this was a struggle to even come up here and do this episode tonight because I was just like, I have no energy.
No, we're exhausted.
We're exhausted because it's been a whole year of this madness.
Yeah. Well, definitely. I was newly unemployed last New Year's also. So this has been a full year.
A full year. It's just a lot. And I feel like too, there's the way I feel about New Year's Eve now too is just I don't know. I don't have the energy to I just want to rest, I just feel like I want rest and peace, and I don't want anybody to bother me.
You want to rest in peace?
I want to rest in peace.
Put me in the grave.
That is what I just said.
She just said, I want to rest in peace. Leave her alone. Here lies Sydney.
You know what? I was like, that sounds familiar. Where have I heard that?
I have heard that before.
Where have I heard that? I guess I just want to be, put me in a tomb.
Bury me alive with all of my jewels.
Bury me alive with all of my podcasts.
Bury me alive with my podcast recordings and equipment.
Just put the podcast just playing inside of my coffin on repeat.
That'll wake you up.
That sounds nice.
That sounds nice.
Is that so bad?
So cozy.
Would it be so bad?
I don't know, the same 7 episodes.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's true. We need a few more. Okay, so
once the season's out, we're going to kill Sydney and put her in a grave with the podcast. And you are witnesses that she asked for this.
I did. Wait till the end of this next year.
You're going to live a long, healthy life.
Give me one more year.
You're going to live a very long, healthy life. So get over it.
We have some stuff to talk about.
We do. We have some stuff to talk about. We have some very disappointing stuff to talk about. So
let's not bury the lead, I guess.
Let's not bury the lead. I did not get another job, but this one.
Pause for a fucking moment of silence.
Let's take a moment. Okay. So this one is different than the rest of the jobs because I did know somebody.
Yeah, this is the thing that we've been talking about. We've been talking about this. And
I do have a friend that works there. It seemed very promising, and I do get my hopes up sometimes, even though things are so hopeless, I still kind of like give myself a little false hope. It's a very fine line between like not giving a fuck and not having any hope, and then like just getting a little too excited that something's gonna happen.
Yeah. How dare you have a shred of
I really
optimism?
was like,
How dare you?
I wasn't as optimistic
No.
as like
You were still
maybe
keeping
I
it
would have
real.
been a little while ago, you know, maybe like 6 months ago. I would have been like, hey, but I still was kind of like, hey, you know what? This is the closest that I've come to getting a job in a long time, because I haven't had, I feel like my last interview was like 2 months ago. My last like in-person interview was 2 months ago, which actually those people sent me a side note, sent me an email that said, you're still in the running for the job. And that's a different job, but that job is not even that good, and it's in a different state, and I probably won't even be able to take it, but I really did just need a win.
Yeah.
And so I just want to see if I can make it to the final boss.
Right.
And then maybe I will move for a job, since I really have no other prospects, but I probably won't. But
we'll cross that bridge
when we come to it. But they did, you know, I did interview with them 2 full months ago. I did 2 interviews with them. I took a copy test, and then they sent me an email like, I don't know, like 8 days ago or something before Christmas, that was like,
you're still in the running.
You're still in the running.
It was right before Christmas.
America's next bad copy job.
You're still in the running.
So that
at least it
is something else.
At least there's that. At least there's that one little ray of light.
So this job, back to the other job that I really thought I was going to get, they made me take a test. They gave me a full brief, and it was a lot of writing. And should I like talk about the brief? Or
I think we talked about it last time.
Okay.
Oh, well, like go into, what you actually did. No, but it was, I mean, you can talk about it. I mean, fuck it, right? I mean,
well, I do want to say that my friend did, oh my God, I just lost my train of thought because I looked at my phone.
Never get on
it buzzed. I wanted to see if Birdie was asleep.
She's not going to call you.
Well, I told
Mom,
my daughter,
I'm asleep.
I told my 1.5-month-old to text me if she couldn't sleep. 1.5-year-old. Oh my God.
It's okay. We're tired.
We're tired.
We've had, who can keep track?
We've been jam-packed all for 3 full days. But
it has been.
Yeah, so what were we talking about? Yeah, so they made me take the test. My friend, I sent it to her, the girl that worked there first, and she was like, this is pretty good. And she said, I really like it. I said, great. So I didn't realize I was going out for somebody that wasn't on her team, but she said once I get in the door, maybe we would switch teams around and I would be on her team, and maybe not, but I didn't care. I just, a job's a job. And so I took this test, and they emailed me like in between Christmas and New Year's.
It was like 2 days after Christmas, I think, that they emailed you. Yeah.
After Christmas?
Right. So I think it was like December 27th or something.
Right. So between Christmas and New Year's.
No, yeah. It was just
so they took time
really
out of
close to Christmas.
They took time out of their holiday to tell me I didn't get this job, which I find super cool.
Super, super cool. And also it was just like, I mean, you sent me a screenshot of the email. Maybe we can read it, but there's nothing to read because it was just like, we've decided to go with another candidate. It was like a stock email. Like it was after you've talked to so many people there and like your friend and done all this stuff. It was like, they just sent you like we've moved forward with another candidate email, which is like, are you fucking kidding me? You're not going to give any more explanation than that? Like, that's it? You're going to fucking leave me on red, basically?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
It's like, and the other thing is, They said something about putting me in touch
Just
with
makes me so mad.
another copy job that they had. And so I was wondering if they were going to just use the same, so they didn't tell me why I didn't get the job. And my friend actually asked them for feedback. She said, "Oh, do you have any feedback?" And they said, "I'm sorry, we're not allowed to tell you."
God.
And so I was thinking
that whole thing.
should I ask for feedback? Because I didn't
might as
ask
well.
them for feedback yet, because I just the email that they sent me said, like, "I'm sorry, we're moving forward with another candidate for this specific role, but we do have another role open if you would like me to put you in contact with that team." And I said, "Of course, yeah, that would be great." But I should have been like, should I take a copy? Like, should I retake the copy test? Should I do?
No.
No. I was thinking maybe, like, I was like, should I? I asked my friend, should I take the test again with the new position in mind, just because I wanted to, like, see what she said. And then that's when she told me that they said they weren't allowed to give her feedback, which I think is really bizarre and weird.
It should be, in my opinion, for companies to not give you feedback, especially after you've gone through, let's say, an assignment, multiple interviews, like, put quite a bit of time and effort into the process of trying to get the job. For them to give you zero feedback and to say, "Oh, it's not our policy to give feedback," is, to me, such a slap in the face. And also, like, I was trying to say this to you when you told me that, like, that to me means, like, there's either two things going on. One, like, are they not even, like, are they not even taking notes on the fucking interviews? Like, is someone not somewhere not doing their job?
Oh, she didn't take notes. This chick didn't take notes on the interview. The interview was so fast. She was just asked me about my background and then said, "Okay, well, speaks really highly of you," and we just fuck. I said her name.
It's okay, we'll bleep it.
Bleep it. Blank speaks very highly of you, and we really love this person, my friend that works there. And so we're just gonna go ahead and send you a brief, and you have 72 hours to do the brief. And it was a Friday when I talked to them, so she asked if I could send it like Sunday night.
Yeah, which is also so
yeah. I was like, okay,
unbelievable.
I'm like,
to do weekend work for a job you don't even have. I mean, obviously a red flag, but at this point, it's kind of like the red flags aren't even like, you have to just, like, roll with the red flags, because there's no other, like, it's not like people are knocking down your door to give you a job. So you're just like, oh, well, there's lots of red flags, but at least I'm still, interviewing and whatever. Like, this is progressing, unlike, things you just never hear back from. But it just makes me really, really, really mad that they, like,
won't give me feedback.
Because it feels like, it's like, I think I said this once, like, it feels like it's like a riddle. It's like, you didn't get the job, and it's like, you're like, why? And they're like, we can't tell you. You're like, why?
I mean,
why?
I'm trying to
Why can't you tell me?
The thing is, I've been rejected for so many jobs, and I've asked, the ones that I got really far in the process for feedback, and none of them have given me any feedback except for that one where in the beginning of
did they
our
even
episodes, where the feedback didn't make a lot of sense to me. I think we talked about it, like, in the beginning, but
did they even respond to you, the other ones? Like, when you asked for feedback, did they at least say yes or no or anything? I mean, obviously they didn't say
probably
yes.
Probably like 75% of them didn't respond, and the other 25% said, it's not our policy to give feedback.
Yeah. So it does. Yeah. So it's just insane.
Which is weird, because maybe there's something I'm doing wrong every time that I could just easily fix.
Right.
Yeah,
there's something, but also there's probably.
I don't think it's that easy.
I don't think it's that
clear cut and simple.
No.
But
I feel like they can't give you feedback because either it's
The job's
like
not
I said,
real.
the job's not real. There's a number of things, but also like, is the feedback like, does it go against like what, like, would it give you, for example, if they said, oh, we didn't give her the job because we, she was good, blah, 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 but there was a candidate where they knew them from before. It was someone from, you know what I mean? Like, they just feel like they can't. I feel like the reason they say they can't give you feedback, would love someone from HR to email us too, let us know. But I feel like the reason they say that is because they don't want you to have anything against them for some reason. If it's like discriminatory in some way. I don't know.
I already have something against them.
Well, yeah.
They wasted a lot of my time and did not hire me.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have that against them, but you don't have, in the sense of like, you can't like.
But it's not like they would say. It's not.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't say like they have discriminatory hiring practices if they don't even give you feedback. They might, but you don't know because they're not even giving you feedback.
Well, they would just say the candidate we moved forward with had more experience.
Right. They could just lie too. You know what? And they probably do. They probably lie too. If they even give you feedback, they probably just make it up.
They accidentally tell me, if you're a woman.
Right. It's because you're
we chose a man.
But Brittany, think about it. The place where you worked before when you were pregnant and they let you go because you were pregnant and they, that's why they let you go. It's like,
yeah, well, the woman who did that accidentally told me that.
Right.
She accidentally
Stupid.
She accidentally said, and this was in a Zoom call, which unfortunately I have no proof of this because her and I were the only people on the call.
Oh God.
I should have taken my phone out and recorded it, but I did not because I didn't know it was going to be.
You didn't know what she was
the nail in my coffin. But she said, since you told us you were pregnant, your performance has been slipping.
Crazy. That's crazy.
And the crazy part about that is, and I have mentioned this, is that I didn't tell them I was pregnant until I was like almost 6 months pregnant. They had given me a raise 1 month before they fired me. So as far as I knew, everything was going great. Good enough for them to my performance was good enough for them to give me a raise 1 month
before you told them that you were
before pregnant. I told them I was pregnant. And then that woman took me off the big projects I was on and said, I think this is too much for you right now.
God, that's so messed up.
Gave it to her favorite guy.
So messed up.
And then
that woman's going to hell. See you there, bitch. I'll be there too.
I want to drop their name.
Yeah.
After I get a new job.
Oh, definitely. Cut you out. Y'all tune back in next year at some point.
I'm going to drop her name. I'm going to drop the agency.
Fuck those guys. They don't deserve any anonymity. For what?
They don't.
They really don't.
They tried to make me
sign an NDA.
They tried to make me sign something and I didn't sign it. So joke's on them.
What's it called? Sorry, this is kind of like a thing, but what's it called? Like I know, and I said NDA and that's the right thing, but what's it called when it's like a gag or something? Is there like where you're not allowed? It's like,
oh, a gag order.
Is that what it's called?
That's like, that's when you're actually in court proceedings.
Okay.
So while you're in like litigation, you're not supposed to talk about it.
Right. Yeah. I was just like, wait, I'm thinking gagging something.
Which is so funny that it's called that. But
it is.
But the problem with them was they didn't give me a severance. So like sometimes they get people to sign something that would take them off the hook if they give you a severance. So they say, if you want this like $5,000 or whatever, then, and I learned all of this because of this job.
Right.
This has never happened to me before, but
obviously
if you, I've never been pregnant and fired before. But
lucky you,
if you get fired for something that's not legit, and they say, here's here's
if you
a
take the
severance package, here's
package,
$5,000. It's basically hush money.
they're off
And they
the
say
hook.
you have to sign this in order to get this money. And people usually don't really read it and they sign it because they're bummed out because they just got fired and they really are worrying about where their next paycheck is coming from. So they just take the money and sign it. And that's kind of like where, and this place was so cheap, they didn't do that. So
Wow.
which is why I could kind of get them in trouble because I didn't sign anything about me not being able to talk about it.
You're so streetwise. You are. You're so streetwise.
It's all the when some shitty stuff happens to you sometimes and you have Google, you really just dive deep.
Yeah. And
really
Reddit.
Just get into it. Google, Reddit, TikTok.
I've become
You research.
because of this podcast. I've become such a big fan of Reddit, which I know I'm like 10 years too late at least because
you didn't have a passion.
No, I didn't have a passion. You're right. That's what it was.
You didn't want to.
I didn't need it for anything. I wasn't just
anything.
gonna like look at cute pictures of dogs or something. I needed a passion, and now I have
pictures of dogs.
That's all I knew about Reddit before.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I know.
It's so much deeper than that.
It's way deeper than that.
You can find.
You can get like
timeline, screenshots, receipts.
Yeah. You actually like can get therapy on Reddit. You like don't even really need to go to therapy. You can just get it on Reddit.
Yeah, you can.
People are so smart on Reddit. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
There's some really smart fucking people out there.
I found this
commenting on people's random posts.
I was digging up my backyard and I found this really beautiful, weird looking bug. And I didn't know. I was typing it into Google, describing it. And
was it alive?
Wanted to know. No, it wasn't alive.
Okay.
It was.
I'm just setting the scene mentally.
Yeah. It was alive, and then you
accidentally smushed it. Yeah,
smushed it.
It's okay. It's okay.
I know
it was an accident.
I just feel bad because it was so beautiful.
Yeah,
but it was kind of scary. But yeah, so I was Googling the characteristics of this bug. I couldn't find anything, and then I just took a picture of it and put it on Reddit, and literally somebody got back to me in
seconds,
under a minute.
Amazing.
And they were like, I can't remember what the bug is now.
That's a
Egyptian
dung beetle.
Yeah,
I knew it was going to be a beetle.
It was like an Egyptian beetle.
I wasn't there, so I didn't see it.
It was so pretty. It had like gold legs and a striped butt and a purple.
You should have taxidermied it. Have you ever seen those bug taxidermies?
No.
They're like, they just put like bugs in like between the glass.
I have a butterfly one.
Yeah, butterflies. They do them with.
But that's mean. Like, do they just find them and kill the bugs?
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway,
you'd have to. Is anybody out there do bug taxidermy?
I'm not that sensitive. I promise. I'm not that sensitive.
It's okay if you are.
A little bit. Sometimes.
You know what? Feel your feelings, right? Feel your feelings.
Something unrelated, but my daughter has started introducing herself to bugs, which I think is very funny.
Oh, that's really
cute. She's like, bugs, hi.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
And then they leave, or it's an ant or something, and I'll kill the ant, and then she'll be like, bye. Anyway,
she's so pure.
She's like, hello, hi, bug, bye, bug. Anyway, so yeah, Reddit. We love Reddit.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you could ask them anything. You could post a picture of anything. Someone will get back to you in 39 seconds, telling you, "Oh, that was on the corner of this and that."
Amazing.
But so another dead end. Going back to the thing.
Another
in the beginning.
Dead end. Although
another dead end.
It was kind of a golly. I hate to be the one that's like, but there's a silver lining. But I do think there was slightly a little bit, because we talked that day when we talked. You got the rejection email, which made me really mad. I know how it felt for you, because it's just like, are you kidding me at this point? Like, are you fucking kidding me? But also,
I wasted so much time with them. So much. I wrote them emails.
That's a whole nother thing.
It's a saga, right?
Yeah.
I wrote them emails.
You did actual work for them.
I did actual work for them that I haven't been paid for, that I haven't asked them for money for, because I was just trying to be
trying to get the
which
job.
Obviously is, speaking of being street smart, this is not one of those times. But I just knew the person and I said,
can I just say, though, in your defense, your friend probably shouldn't have put you in that position.
No, but I do trust her, and
you trust her, but she didn't have. Ultimately, it wasn't even up to her. Oh God.
No, but she did get me she did get my foot in the door
for what? We'll see.
Get rejected.
To get rejected, get your foot stepped on. To get your toes. I wouldn't have even gotten rejected. You wouldn't have even gotten rejected.
Exactly. But I do think she tried. But at the end of the day, like we were saying last time, it's not necessarily up to the creative director whether you get hired or not.
Right.
At these places.
Right.
Like your friend that you
had same situation
lunch
basically
with that said we need people. And then was like, we don't need anyone.
It even went further than that, though. It was like, great. So like, it like straight up asked me like, would you want to do full time or would you prefer freelance? And I was like, well, for where I'm at right now in life, which is having my 2 young children and enjoying my flexibility, I said, okay, yeah, I actually think I prefer freelance. And that way, we're kind of like trying it before you buy it, so to speak, with a job, especially because I don't even know at this point what I would be willing to commit full time to. Like, it doesn't probably exist. And I mean, realistically, not in an agency setting, it doesn't, because that's like, I don't know. It's so much of your time that they expect you to be on like 24/7. I just don't think that I know the amount of money isn't anywhere near what that would have to be for me to be able to like stomach that. But anyway, I digress. Right. The guy was basically like, yeah, what do you, and so and then I still never heard from him. And that's like,
and that's crazy because you guys have each other's phone numbers.
Yeah, we were texting. We were like joking.
Same with
same with your friend. Yeah. I don't know.
But
you just can't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody.
But I will say that I think agency, obviously, we've said this before, I'm sure of it. Agency is not what it used to be, and it's not bringing in the big bucks that it used to, because advertising is a completely different situation now. And there's, social media and brands are putting their money behind influencers instead of big budget commercials. And I don't think there are a lot of, I think, jobs for creatives with like our specific skill set, and a lot of people in the creative industry are very scarce. And I think that companies know that. So they use any little tiny thing to say no thanks on someone.
Yeah.
It's Tinder,
I know.
She has a weird toenail. They're like, swipe.
Damn it, Brittany. Okay, this is so bad. We had this.
Talk about your weird toenail.
Well,
I'm just kidding. No, she doesn't.
I clipped them. Okay. I didn't
That's
have
not
a
what
weird
you guys came
toenail.
For.
Pics of that on our Instagram.
Wiki feet.
Yeah.
We're pivoting.
No, I wanted
high arches.
I wanted to look at this. This is so sad. I signed up for Apple News, but then you were like, you just cancel your subscription right after and it won't charge you. Well, now I can't look at it. But we had this article from...
Oh, really?
Yeah, they figured us out.
They did that.
They figured us out. The Dallas Morning News, are ghost jobs real? Texas lawmaker wants to know if fake employment posts are a problem. Anyway, I did start reading it. I didn't finish the full article before I locked myself out again. But basically, I mean, it was nothing new, but it is, I guess, in a way, maybe somewhat promising to think that at least at a level of like state legislation, there's an awareness of this problem now. And so, hopefully that means that they'll be able to prevent it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. How?
Yeah.
Is the thing.
I mean, they have to create some kind of penalty for companies doing that, right? But I don't know.
How would they know? Like,
I don't know.
There's no way.
I don't know.
There's no way of knowing.
You're like, they're just going to lie too. You know exactly. What? Our advice to lie. You know who's doing that better than anybody who's interviewing? The companies themselves.
The companies themselves.
They're doing it way better. You can't out-lie a liar. You can't cheat a cheat.
You can't cheat a cheat.
You can't out-scam a scammer. They're all scamming us. Well, I guess, yeah. I'm not sure, but there's got to be some way to stop that from happening. Like, that cannot just continue. Oh, yeah, and then there was a stat in the thing, too, that said, like, 40% of hiring managers that were interviewed said that their companies post ghost jobs. So
40%.
That's
and I bet there's more than 40% because
right?
I bet
those are just the ones
lying.
I was going to say those are just the ones that said that too. Probably the other ones were like, I better lie about that. So
assholes.
Probably.
So I mean, I will say that I haven't been rapid fire applying to all of the jobs that LinkedIn has sent me. Like since I turned in the brief to the job I didn't get.
You were putting
and it has felt really good.
Good.
Not to do that.
Good.
Even though I don't know. Part of me feels that I should, and part of me knows that it's pointless.
Right.
But it kind of feels that I should be doing something because it makes me feel not as hopeless, I guess.
Yeah.
It's weird because part of me feels more hopeless rapid fire applying to jobs that I know I'm not going to get.
Yeah.
But then
and that you
I don't know
aren't,
if I feel
aren't
worse
even real.
that aren't real, but I don't know if I feel worse being stagnant because I am awake thinking about how I need to be doing something.
Yeah.
And that's my anxiety will just get like the other night I'm just in bed, not able to sleep, Googling different pivot, I don't know, just going down rabbit holes of like things that I could possibly do to make money. And I had a lot of dead ends, but just trying to like, oh, what if I did this? And then doing a little research. Oh, can't do that, kind of thing. I would what I would normally be doing is rapid fire applying to jobs on LinkedIn, and then I feel like, okay, I did something about the job situation today, even if there's to no avail.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. It just feels like you're like treading water, I guess, instead of just like lying there floating. But it's like the same,
It's the same.
Like you're in the same place.
Float into the sunset and enjoy it.
Yeah, just float into the sunset.
Wasting all of your energy, egg beater kicking out to red tide.
We did figure out what would be the perfect job though for us, which was commenting on house hunters. Just live commenting on house hunters,
or any type of reality television.
We do have another concept that we're cooking up for a podcast. If our listeners don't completely hate the sounds of our voices, then you might like our new podcast idea.
Plug.
We're going to call it season 1, I think, right? Yeah.
Probably.
We're going to call it season 1, and it's where we are going to do a full season. Each episode will be a full first season of a reality show that is either not on anymore or just like a really long time ago, because we might do some that are still on, but the first season of every every show. And we're super excited about it. Right, Brett?
We're super excited about it because we love reality TV, and what we were noticing
and
while
we like
watching
podcasting too.
And we love podcasting, but we were really noticing that when we started watching the first season of Top Model, and it was very interesting to look at these shows before social media.
Yes.
When it was just a song and a prayer.
Yeah, ideally, yeah, all of the first seasons of all of the shows that we'll do will be like in a time before social media, because
Right.
they're so it's a time capsule. And also, to your point, yeah, they're just not aware of any of the like they're not building a brand in the way that they are now. So it's just
it's interesting.
It's a different watch.
It's an interesting study. And the thing that we thought was really cool is that we are going to cram information from an entire season into one episode.
Yeah. And it won't be that long.
It won't be that long. And there might be 2 parts
yeah,
for some of them, but it's mostly just one season and episode. So season 1 of America's Next Top Model, episode 4. Season 1 of The Simple Life, episode 1. If that makes any sense. And sometimes if we have interesting enough findings, we will do a part 2 on Where Are They Now.
Yeah.
So there'll be like A and B of season 1 of Rock of Love, for example.
Brittany was telling me that there is a podcast where somebody just reads Wikipedia articles.
Yeah.
So I feel like, because you told me that, anything is no shade to that person, but anything is more interesting. Anything is more interesting than that. That's got to be like
there's also
the most boring thing I've ever heard of. So please, I just feel like if you can make a podcast reading Wikipedia,
I don't know if it's that boring. I've never listened to it.
Okay, you know what? Wikipedia is interesting. You're right.
But I read people's full Wikipedia pages all the time. It's part of the reason I can't pay attention when I'm watching something on TV.
Because you're reading Wikipedia.
Because I have to go look up one of the people in it and then learn about who they married and how many kids they have.
Yeah.
And what scandal happened to them 8 years ago that got pushed under the rug. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's, so that is kind of interesting. And I
know it's interesting. I guess
I don't know if it's actually just they read people's Wikipedia pages, but it seemed like that's what they were doing.
Well, we might dip into some Wikipedia research for our season 1 podcast too. We'll see.
Right, we're gonna dip in.
we're gonna do our research in one way or another.
No, we're gonna be we're gonna be more thorough than that. I was going to say we're journalists.
We're journalists. You know what, though? That's so funny because, okay, that's so funny. I'm so glad you said that. So shout out to my mother-in-law. She's probably listening to this because she asked me the other day, like, she had heard the first couple episodes of the podcast. And I guess context for all the listeners, my mother-in-law is not, like, ever really had a job in the traditional sense. Yeah, she would tell you that she was a model when she was younger, and also that she worked at a balloon store. So I know she had those 2 jobs. But
a balloon store? That's interesting.
Yeah.
What a pivot.
You can ask her about that. But ever since then, she hasn't had to work necessarily because my father-in-law's makes money, so that's their situation. Anyway, she was asking me about the podcast, and she was like wondering if like I could pivot from like, she was like, so my father-in-law does the music for CNN. I guess I'll just say that, it doesn't matter. But
name drop.
Doesn't I don't think anybody knows who he is, but that is a career you can have, I guess. For people who are like, what could I do as a musician? You could write music for CNN, or not that. You could do like MSNBC.
That job's taken.
But anyway, she was asking me. She was like, so maybe you could like become a journalist and like be like a reporter for CNN since you like are doing, research and stuff. Yeah, like a reporter. And I was like,
that's That's an insane pivot.
I am definitely, there's something you could say is lightly journalistic about what we're doing.
Yes.
It's a touch journalistic.
We're doing research.
But we're definitely not journalists.
We're in the trenches.
We're definitely not journalists because we're very biased.
Yeah, we're
and
biased.
We're super like opinionated, and we definitely like. I'm not reporting the facts as they are. I'm putting my spin on the facts. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, no, I am. I definitely am. I'm putting my POV. It's my POV.
We're reporting the facts, but we're also telling people how we feel about them.
So are we journalists? Let us know.
No, but we have some journalistic tendencies.
Yeah. We're not journalists.
We're not journalists.
We're not journalists, but we're not also journalists. So anyway.
We do a lot of research, and that's kind of when it feels a little bit like we're journalists. Yeah. Sometimes.
No, we do a lot of research.
We're doing research. We're like reading articles we wouldn't normally read that pertain to the things we are talking about.
We're talking to people.
We're being educated. We're talking to people.
We're interviewing people. We're getting their stories, getting the scoop.
So it's not quite hard-hitting journalism, but
no, but if CNN
it's soft-hitting.
If CNN is interested in our podcast, we can
talk to your father-in-law.
We can do a linked out segment on CNN's like.
That's such a funny thing that people possibly maybe don't fully grasp what you do. Like, even as a copywriter, I know people in my extended family will say things like, maybe you could write for TV. Like, just, you know what I mean? And it's
that's like,
oh, wait, is TV hiring? I didn't know.
Another suggestion my mother-in-law has made before, and I love her. She's so sweet, and I love her. But another suggestion she's made before is that, have you ever listened to the app Calm? It's like a meditation app.
No. Okay. I can confidently say I have not.
Well, shout out Calm. Maybe we can do some ads for Calm.
Well, maybe I should. Are you saying I should listen to it and I need to calm the fuck down?
It could help you. I don't know. There's lots of cool meditations on it. But anyway, they have part that's called like sleep stories. It's supposed to help you fall asleep. And it's just people narrating stories that are like, pretty boring. But they just narrate them. And she was like, you could write stories for sleep stories. And I was like, I could write stories so boring that it would put people to sleep. Thank you.
Well, I know about sleep
don't
stories.
know how I would do that, but thank you.
I could do that for sure.
No, I mean, in theory I could, but how do I get that job?
Exactly. But I will tell you, I know about sleep stories.
Do I just start sending Calm my free stories in the mail? Like, here's a story. Do you guys want to read this story?
I just want to tell a quick story about
please.
sleep stories.
But it better not put us to sleep.
It might.
Hey.
But
it's okay if it does.
I have trouble sleeping, as I've mentioned. And I was listening to a sleep story, and I have Spotify Premium. Like, baller. It's not that. It's not mine. I borrow it from someone, whatever.
Someone that you know has Spotify Premium.
Yeah, but I use it. And by the way, when I was listening to sleep podcast, when I was trying to go to bed, it was so nice. The rain was hitting the roof in a stormy old house. And then fucking boom, a fucking commercial.
Wow.
I was so mad. And it wasn't even like, a nice commercial. It was just like Sunday, enjoy my and I was like, oh my God, it startled me. I was drifting off.
That should be illegal.
I was drifting off. It was so nice. I was like, wow, I can't believe this is working. And they were like, come on down and please autofill. Like, gotta get them out. And I was like, what are you doing? Why? Why are you like this? I know people got to make a check, but like, be tactful. do it at the beginning. Why don't you just do it at the beginning? Do like 8 commercials and say, we're going to do 8 commercials and then we're going to do 45 minutes of the sleep pod. Just give a bitch a little warning, okay? Because I was drifting.
Yeah, that's mean. That's like really mean. Yeah.
And it was a high stress. I cannot emphasize this enough.
Your adrenaline spiked.
It was a high stress commercial. It wasn't just like, hey, do you like...
Your cortisol was slowly going back down, and then all of a sudden it wasn't just right back up there, right all the way.
On the same tone as this, which like I still think is annoying because it might, get into my subconscious, and maybe that would be smarter from the advertiser perspective. Not that I want to give anyone any fucking ideas.
No free work here.
I don't want people doing that shit. But
they're definitely going to do that shit.
Well, that's terrible too. But like, this was not a calm, soothing, hey, do you want to check out my crystal shop? This was a, hey, Sunday. Why don't you bring your car down and trade it in for a different car and we'll be here waiting for you. Why don't you come on down? Like, holy shit.
Brittany.
Anyway.
That was so believable.
Thank you so much.
That was really good. That was really good. Damn, that sucked.
Sometimes when I get really mad about things,
you become another person. You become a car salesman.
Hey, in case anybody from the Sleep Podcast is listening, this is my Sleep Podcast voice. In case anybody from the annoying commercial.
Range, baby. She's got range.
Oh, maybe my pivot is voiceover.
Honestly. Okay, but that's a lot more closely in the lane that we're in now.
These microphones.
We're just talking. So
we're just talking.
That is, we could get some voiceover work. How do we get that work? Oh, shit.
Well, I know
everyone's got a voice.
I know what I'll be Googling tonight before I go to bed.
Cool. Send me what you find. We'll be sending each other texts from opposite sides of the house. What did I send you today? Didn't I send you something today? I thought I sent you something today, actually.
I don't remember.
Oh, it was just about how to start an LLC. That's a different conversation. We can't talk about that.
That's one of our pivots. We're
setting up an LLC, baby.
Set up an LLC so we can put this podcast under it. We can talk about that. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. That's all there is to it. That's our business plan.
That's our get rich at a mediocre speed through hard work and dedication plan.
Yeah.
We're like, get rich quick? Do you mean get rich through hard work and spending time on something you're passionate about?
Yeah. And it may or may not ever make you the amount of money that you would be comfortable with, and you'll continuously have to be trying to find other jobs on the side all the time, and also hope that your partner or your spouse can also figure out a way to make money too, because that would be great.
Plan.
Yeah. So this is the end of the year. This is the end of the year, and we are like, we're super excited for. I mean, I'm excited in as much as I can be in a very like calm way right now, but I'm excited for next year because we've got some cool things coming up that we're gonna do, and we just have like, I don't know, we just have some like fire, I guess, going into the new year to sort of like see what we can accomplish with this podcast, and also with our new podcast, and potentially like helping other people produce podcasts too. That's something that we're considering.
Yes. So,
and we're gonna get a really big calendar.
And we're gonna get a big ass calendar
because
and put it on our wall.
That's what people with a plan do.
They get big calendars.
They get big fucking calendars.
I don't
and
have
they
proof
write
of
on them.
Concept for this.
No.
But we will let you know.
We'll let you know. Well, actually, you'll be along for the ride.
You'll
probably
be along for the ride.
We're gonna keep recording, so you'll be right there. You'll know what's going on.
So pretty much, if anybody has a pitch,
she's looking at a LinkedIn email right now.
I was actually I did want to tell you guys that since we've been. I was going to say that after. That's why I pulled this up. But before I go into my next segment, I did want to say before that if anybody has a pitch for a podcast, pitch us at LinkedIn
Linked out.
Linked out. Not LinkedIn. Not LinkedIn.
Do not fucking email LinkedIn.
Not LinkedIn.
Do not email LinkedIn about this because they will steal your idea.
They'll steal your idea.
Send it to
linkedoutpod@gmail.com.
That's us.
Okay, so what I wanted to say was that, the new thing that we started doing on our last episode where we interviewed my very gracious and nice friend Garen, is we looked up how many times LinkedIn had emailed us while we were doing the pod. So I just wanted to do that now.
Yeah. Okay, but I deleted a bunch today, so I won't have an accurate number.
But I mean, just while we were doing this pod, like since we've been here, it's been about under an hour.
Yeah.
I've gotten two LinkedIn email. I mean, today in general, I've gotten 3, but just since we've been up here, I've gotten 2.
Let's remember that today is basically a holiday.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the weird time between Christmas and New Year's where nothing really matters. It's like leap day. You could do whatever you want in this time. You could eat a pie right out of the pie tin in front of your TV in your underwear, and nobody gives a fuck.
Let's see. I got 4 LinkedIn emails today, not counting the one that you sent me last night, which would be 5. That doesn't count because that was just a message from you. We were looking at you were looking at JD for season 1 of Southern Charm's LinkedIn.
Yeah.
She sent it to me.
Yeah, I was doing that.
But the other ones are just from LinkedIn, and they're just for jobs. Have you noticed this? I don't know if this is like new or maybe some setting that I have, but I'm just on these emails that are like, they're just job roundups. I'm getting like in the first line of all of them, like they lead with the salary. I'm noticing that more now than ever before. Like, I don't remember them leading with like salary. Not that I think it means anything. As you know, I don't think it means anything, but.
Well, this one I just got probably shouldn't have led with the salary because
embarrassing.
It is $32 an hour.
Oh my God.
And it is for a copywriter position. And it was posted 6 hours ago. And there are over 100 applicants.
God.
So
I saw someone post on LinkedIn. I'm embarrassed that I went on LinkedIn today, but I looked at something for the pod. And I saw somebody posted a creative director job. So creative director jobs are, I mean, it's a director job. It's a higher position. You don't have to know anything about advertising or anything to know it's a director job. So it's a much more senior position within the organization. And they were posting this job that this company keeps posting like over and over again, like every 6 months, that they are paying $33 an hour for a creative director. And they keep reposting the job like every, like.
Insane.
So it's like, hello?
God.
Nobody wants that job.
Nobody wants the job.
Nobody fucking wants a job. And
what
also, you're not going to give it to anybody anyway, so shut the fuck up.
It's just there.
Yeah.
God, so bleak. So bleak.
It is bleak.
But, we're going into 2025 with a positive attitude.
Clear eyes, full hearts.
Full hearts.
I guess we're doing that. And I also said I wanted to rest in peace, so I don't know. What are we doing?
What is that football?
What's the energy?
What is that football jargon? I don't even understand. Clear eyes? Why are your eyes so clear? What is this? You're Southern. This is like a Georgia football thing.
Clear eyes.
Or it's
I don't
just
know.
like a
no, it's from Friday Night Lights.
I know, but like
that's
think
a Texas thing.
Texas. But you don't think a bunch of like Southern?
It's different.
Places say that.
I think they probably do now.
Yeah, I feel like
it's iconic.
You think that expression came from that show? No, I think it's a thing. I don't think they just made that up.
I bet it came from like a football team, though. I bet it like
I think it's a football expression.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. This is pointless. Let's move on.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's my fault.
No, it's okay. But Coach Taylor is like my husband's like idol. And he is, yes, a fictional character, but he like wants to be Coach Taylor. Because he's the best. Kyle Chandler, obviously. But he's Coach Taylor is like, God, he's just the best, man. He's just the best. Maybe that's the energy that we're going into 2025 with, is Coach Taylor energy.
Coach Taylor energy.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not a Friday Night Lights fan, that's fine, but do yourself
6 episodes.
Do yourself a favor, watch the first season. You don't need to watch more than that. The first season is basically perfect, honestly. It's so good.
I'm a Connie Britton fan.
I love Connie. And there's a lot of other good people on that show too. I mean, not a lot, but also Explosions in the Sky, soundtrack for Friday Night Lights. So good. So nostalgic. So emotional.
Now that you know what Sydney's into.
Yeah. I mean, I'm into
football.
I am into football, but I am into nostalgia.
She's a real guy's
I'm into
girl.
nostalgia.
She loves football. She just wants to sit on the couch and watch sports with you guys.
I just want to sit on the couch and scroll.
I do want to just sit on the couch, though.
Yeah.
I could get into football as long as there's a couch and my phone there.
I typically tend to second screen it when sports is on. I do like sports, but I end up looking at my phone a lot.
Sometimes I like to...
Third screen? You can pull up your laptop too? You can get your senses.
Sometimes when I'm watching the big screen, I like to treat myself to the medium screen. And then just in case I have to look something up, I'd pull out the small screen.
Yeah. I probably need to do like a screen detox too, but I just don't see how it would be possible.
I can't do it.
I don't know when
I have too much time kind of on my hand.
Right.
Well, I'm obviously like, I don't know. You have to, children need so much attention, like however much attention in a day, right? So sometimes in between doing things, I feel like I need to look at my phone to remind myself that I'm still
in the world,
a relevant person.
Still in the world, not just in
exactly
child time.
Yeah, I'm like, we're just pretending. We're feeding a fake tiger a little teacup.
You're like, holy shit, whoa.
And then
I need to see an article about ghost jobs on
we were laughing about a hilarious joke I told my toddler.
Brittany was trying to watch a TikTok about the Diddy case for like for like a whole day, and it was only like a minute long.
I never finished it.
She never finished it.
And then Syd and I went out to get a drink without the kids. Holy shit. And then I opened my TikTok really quick and I saw there was about 15 seconds left on it. And I said, well, this isn't going to happen. Let's move on.
Forget that. That's tough. That's tough.
It's tough. I was just trying to see what was going on.
Yeah, I know. I know you were. You're trying to stay plugged in, and I get it.
On top of the pop culture zeitgeist.
We do need you to stay in the know.
Yeah,
to be heard.
Who would tell you about tree pain?
Exactly. So many things.
Who would tell you about all of this useless information that I have floating around in my dumb unemployed mom brain?
Aww. You're not dumb.
No, but
no.
I could use a job to keep my brain, to like keep my brain activated in a different direction.
Yeah.
But we do have 2 important jobs. The most important one being podcaster. Yes. You thought I was going to say mom, didn't you? Gotcha.
Not for 1 second did I think you were going to say mom.
Did you like my pause for comedic effect?
I did.
Thank you.
She's back. She's back.
Which is and podcaster. You know how they're always saying it's the most important job of them all.
Yeah.
Was someone knocking on our door? No.
I'm scared.
It's just fireworks.
It's the fireworks. Dang it. It's the dang fireworks. All right. Well,
Sydney is hiding under the table because she's afraid of fireworks.
I am.
She brought the microphone with her to paint a word picture.
To that end, we also plan in 2025 to get ourselves not just audio but visual.
Visual is on the docket.
It's on the docket. So we are, that's something that we're going to be excited to work on too, because that'll be I don't know, just another thing for us to have creative control over, you know? So that's nice.
That is nice.
It's nice. And I mean, yeah, it's going to be a good year. I hope that for everyone who's listening that honestly, like, I hope you rested in this time. And even though you're like probably feeling a lot like how Brit is feeling, like I need to constantly be looking, I need to be applying, I need to be searching all the time. I hope you did take some rest because you don't need to be. And also like, you need to regain your strength.
You need to regain your strength and your mental clarity.
We got a whole year coming
and I
up.
don't know if this makes you feel better or not, but it might not make a difference that you are stressing yourself out rapid fire applying to places, and it might be better for you if you don't. So you decide what's right for you.
Yeah.
I sound like one of those like a Cialis commercial or something. I'm like, but you can decide if applying is right for you. If not applying, you can decide if quitting your LinkedIn quest is right for you.
Symptoms include insanity, fatigue,
constipation, diarrhea,
sleeplessness. Shit. Those are the symptoms of those are the symptoms of using LinkedIn.
They are. So just, weigh the symptoms accordingly and see
if it's worth it for you.
And again, see what's right for you.
See what's right for you. Talk to your doctor.
Talk to your recruiter. Nope, don't talk to them.
No, don't talk to them.
Talk to your recruiter about LinkedIn, and they'll probably make you not want to be on it anymore.
They'll probably suggest you sign up for premium plus platinum.
Actually, you talk to your recruiter about LinkedIn, you talk to your recruiter about anything and they'll ghost you. And on that note,
bye.
Happy New Year. We love you.
Happy New Year. See you guys next year.
You in 2025. Clear eyes, can't lose. Go ahead.
Hearts. Hey, yeah. If you enjoyed today's podcast, please give us a 5-star review. Email us at linkedoutpod@gmail.com and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky at linkedoutpod. Your support means everything, and we fucking love you. Mwah. That was cute.
Bye, bestie.